Caroline gasped. Traitors would be imprisoned or hanged. She put her bowl down, no longer hungry. We believe some of our neighbors are spying on us already, Lydia added. She crossed her arms over her chest, clutching her shoulders as if she were cold. Now Caroline understood why Uncle Aaron had wanted to hide the skiff. If the Loyalists saw it, they might think he was planning to use it to escape back to New York. Please be careful, she begged. We will, Uncle Aaron promised. But even in the flickering firelight, worry showed on his face. Now please tell us about Oliver. Is he well? Mama and Caroline told the story of Oliver's release. He's worn down, but he'll be fine. Mama finished. He brought bad news, though, Caroline said. He told us that the British are planning to send prisoners to Halifax. Oliver thinks that if Papa ends up on the ship to Halifax, he should try to escape. That's why we're here, Mama said. I'm going to argue for my husband's release. If I fail, I'll try to let him know what Oliver advises. Uncle Aaron got to his feet and began to pace the room. But if John does escape, what then? The weather is already harsh, and it will only get colder. How would he get back to New York? Papa could do it, Caroline insisted. Her aunt glanced nervously toward the door, and Caroline lowered her voice. He knows the end of the lake as well as anyone. That won't keep him safe, Uncle Aaron broke in. Yes, he knows the marshes and the currents, and at one time he knew everyone who lived along these shores. But that's no longer enough, Aunt Martha explained. Your father has no way of knowing which families he can trust or where the British gunboats patrol. If the British were to capture him a second time, he would be treated much more harshly. Then we must get him the information he needs, Mama said briskly. Perhaps I can tuck a note between the pages of the Bible I brought, or hide it away in some food. Surely the British won't stop a worried wife from bringing her husband a Bible and cake. If you're allowed to visit him at all, Uncle Aaron said grimly. Whatever you carry with you will be searched, and if you're caught with such a note, you'll be arrested. Lydia slipped her hand into Caroline's. I wish we were all safe in Sackett's Harbor, she whispered. Caroline wished the skiff were big enough to carry everyone back to New York. She wished she could cuddle Inkpot's rumbling warmth against her cheek. She wished she were as brave as her grandmother. Oh, grandmother, she thought. Everything is even worse than we feared. And there, in this little cabin in enemy territory, miles from home and safety, Caroline fancied she could hear her grandmother's answer. Is it, eh? Oh, what are you going to do about it? Come on, come now, girl. You're not giving up, are you? I don't want to give up, Caroline protested silently. But how could she help get Papa the information he needed? This time Grandmother didn't answer. Caroline reached for her embroidery and ran a finger over the map she'd stitched so carefully. We're right here, she thought, touching the spot where Lydia's cabin stood. Then she ran her finger over the smooth stitches that formed the nearby shoreline. If Papa is able to escape, he'll need to follow this route to safety. Oh, she said suddenly, I have an idea.